Um, oh, thank you, Betty. That's what the advanced market is for, but I do want to go over some preliminary stuff. We can talk about a few things to look for when you're thinking about getting resets, how to schedule a reset, how to do an FIF in the HQ. Actually, Brett, do you want to get ready to show that? I know you had a video about it. We can post that video too, but
Yeah, let's just start with what a reset is, because if you're new
yeah.
here and you're like hearing reset, 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 what the heck is that? So basically, here at Symmetry, guys, we have an advanced market team, what we call SMEs, subject matter experts, who are certified to sell things like annuities, cash accumulation IULs, debt-free life programs, and things like that. Okay. What we have available to us, and here's the beauty of that. You guys don't know how to, if you guys don't know how to do those products yet, you don't have to, right? The beauty of what we have here is, let's say you have a mortgage protection client, or a general life client that you're helping with just life insurance or things like that. And in the process of going through the appointment with them, you uncover that, oh, by the way, they have $300,000 sitting in an old 401k that's just collecting dust that they're no longer contributing to. Okay. Or let's say that they're a young, healthy 25-year-old brand new home buyer and they're making $500,000 a year, killing it. They're a young CEO at a company, right? So, or let's say they're mid 40s and they got a lot of debt that they're trying to work off. They're making overpayments on their mortgage, their car payments, things like that. These are all opportunities for us to provide additional products to help those clients in specific needs. All right. So it's up to us as agents to really start to be able to identify those needs. And then what we do is, if we are able to talk to that client and let them know, hey, Trevor, I'm glad you mentioned that you're making some overpayments on your mortgage and you're making $300 overpayments on your car there to try and pay that debt off quicker. We have a team of experts here that's designed to help folks kind of whittle off their debt in about 9 years or less. Is that a conversation worth having? So,
Yeah.
guys, if we can identify that they might have a need outside of just life insurance or mortgage protection, right? If they have a lot of assets, if they're young and healthy, or if they're just trying to pay off their debts quicker, right? Those are really the three things that we look at. And then what we're able to do is book them on a call with our subject matter experts. That's what's called a reset. We're resetting them. We're the resetting agent, resetting that client onto an advanced markets calendar. Does that make sense, guys? Everyone awake?
Yep. Hannah said, can we repeat the three things to look for?
Okay, so very easy, guys. Does the client have more than $100,000 in retirement accounts? Okay, that's number one. That would be a potential annuity client. Okay. Number two is, are they young and healthy and making a lot of income? That could be potentially an IUL client. Okay. And number three is, are they making overpayments on their mortgage, cars, credit cards, student loans? Are they spending more money than the minimum payment every month, where we can reallocate those funds and help them grow what and not have to, they're not going to have to make any more payments than they're already making, but reallocating that money to help them grow a whole life policy to help them whittle off their debt a little bit quicker. Okay. So if you guys, bells should be ringing in your head if you're going into an appointment and in the process of that appointment, you uncover that client A and client B are making $500 over their minimum mortgage payment every month. They're trying to pay off their debts quicker. That could be a DFL, debt-free life client. Okay. We can put that on a graphic just so you guys can like print it out and put it on your bulletin board and know, like, hey, if this happens, this could be a reset. Okay. And here's the cool thing. As a resetting agent, right? If if our SME, if our subject matter expert closes any business with that client, because we reset them and refer them to an SME, we get a 40% split commission on whatever they sell. So here's why that's cool. We get to learn and earn, right? We get to utilize and leverage the advanced market team and also earn money because we referred that client to them. Does that make sense, guys?
Another thing
Pretty
you can
cool,
look
right?
for is singles
Oh.
that make 150,000 more per year, or couples making 250,000 plus per year are also good triggers for that. Business owners, people that own their own businesses, people that are like farmers that run businesses off their property, like farmers do. Those are really good things that you can look at and say, oh, this there might be a reset possibility here.
I have a quick question. I don't want to like try to take us off track or take us into something else too far. But when you guys talk about like resets and the different types of products and stuff we can offer, like a lot of people that I know just go off in my head. Like I think that's something they could need, even though I haven't like started taking applications or dialing or anything like that. Is that something I could like, can you do resets like right when you're starting?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
A
Okay,
Yes.
because
lot of
that was
people.
like something like when we talk about resets, it just clicks in my head. I'm like, I feel like I know people that could definitely use this product, like Debt-Free Life or Debt-Free Life is mainly the one that like really goes off my head. But
Guys, put a
Yeah.
one in the chat if you know at least one to maybe 20 people that are currently in debt. Put a one in the chat right now. Everyone knows people that are in debt. Guys, we have such an incredible resource to help not only help you guys, especially as a new agent, get some commissions going while you're learning this thing, but also like helping out people that need our help, right? It's a really kind of a win-win for everybody. So there's like what, 11 trillion dollars in consumer debt right now in America, and we have solutions for that. We also probably know like a mom or a great aunt or uncle that has like $400,000 in the money in the market right now that if 2008 happened again tomorrow would lose half their wealth, and they're in that red zone where they're 65 to 75, right? An annuity could be a great solution for them. You guys don't know need to know how these products work, and that's the beauty of being a resetter, right? Athena?
As far as a person that's in debt, how much, because a lot of people that's in debt, they're like underwater. And so how much in debt do they need to be able to use our services if they're underwater? Like, oh, I really don't have the money, but they're
So yeah, so this is really for people who are like making overpayments on their debt. So like let's say they have, you know, 10 grand on credit cards, but and their minimum payment each month is like, 200 a month, but they're paying 500 a month to try and get ahead. We can take that additional $300 a month that they're spending and we can put it into a policy that's going to allow them to pay that debt off faster, and grow cash value faster. And we have experts here that can help them find a lot of disposable income like that. Does this mean that most of them are going to have to change their lifestyles and change their spending habits? Yes, but we have experts that they can talk to help get them on a better path and help make them figure out like what kind of decisions they need to be making um, to hit their goals. Does that make sense?
definitely, yes, it does.
So
Awesome.
whenever you get a mortgage protection client, when you get into that appointment, I always reiterate their mortgage, right? Okay, so Athena, you have a mortgage here, 250,000. Is that still right? Okay, great. And your monthly payment is 1250. Athena, are you making any overpayments on that right now? Are you trying to pay that off before the 30-year mortgage limit? And sometimes they'll be like, yeah, we're doing like every other month we do $500 on top. Or if John has a good month, we throw an additional $1,000 on the principal. That's a reset, guys. That could be, we could reallocate that money, put it into a participating whole life policy where it not only grows cash value, but they can take tax-free loans off their cash value and still earn on the principal within the cash value. So let's say just to give you guys kind of like a very basic highlight here. If you have, let's say you have a participating whole life policy that's growing every month, you got about $10,000 in there, right? And you want to take out $5,000 to pay off your truck. Great. Take that $5,000 as a tax-free loan from yourself, right? You're creating a bank for yourself, right? And your bank is still going to grow on the 10,000 that you have, right? Because it is a loan, we're still growing on the 10,000, not the 5,000 that's still in the bank, right? So we're able to generate wealth and reallocate those funds to help them grow and build wealth without losing all that money to interest rates and bank fees and stuff like that. You guys don't have to know that concept or know how the product works itself, but when you guys do a reset with one of our subject matter experts, they're going to walk you through that process and you guys get to learn that process too. So if you do want to do this somewhere down the road, get 10 people on a reset call and do like 10 to 20 reset ride-alongs with your SMEs here. Okay. I'll share my screen real quick so I can show you guys how to actually set up a reset. And then we'll take any questions. We'll kind of wrap things up here. But let me share my screen real quick. So guys, when you guys get appointed, if you're in pre-licensing right now, you will get access to HQ as soon as you guys do get your welcome email and your logins. But now you're an agent here and you're going to go into HQ, guys. Pretty simple. So in the Sales Tools tab under FIF and Resets, go ahead and click that button there. You're going to submit a reset. And if you're working with an existing lead, you can actually look up all your leads here. If you're doing a warm market or a friend or a family or something like that that might need help or wants to know more about the information, get educated on it, that's awesome too. You can add a referral lead here and just type in their information real quick. We'll do this for the purpose of this video. Trevor, I'm going to use you as an example. Will you be my guinea pig here?
Sir, yes, sir.
I'm going to reset you today.
Let's go.
All right. What's your birthday, buddy?
11/7/1979.
Okay. Oh, maybe I should try and do this better. Okay. Good old Maine.
Good old Eastern Alaska, as Rick likes to say.
Is it M
Emmy.
E?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And your number?
207-399-9631.
All right. You're going to be a life lead. And
All
this could be
right.
this would be an external referral, okay? This wouldn't be an agent referral or a client referral. This would be somebody that you know. Save
Okay.
that. Oh God, gonna make me remember Trevor's.
Owls and apes. Or Trevor Scott.sfg@gmail.com.
Trevor, that's the email you give to clients.
No, I give them the Trevor Scott.sfg.
Okay. So now while you're on the phone with them, or you've gone back and forth on text message, if it's somebody that you know, get a couple pieces of information here for the resetting agent. The more information, the better. It's not the most crucial component here, but it is going to be helpful for them to know kind of what they're dealing with. So fill out the mortgage information. In this case, we uncovered that Trevor's paying $500 more a month on his mortgage. You're going to select the overpayment there, put $500 here, so on and so forth. Add any additional assets that he might be working on, retirement accounts, 401ks, stuff like that. Try and get a ballpark figure on what they have. So you're setting yourself up and you're setting the resetter with as much information as possible. And then all you do, guys, once you're done filling all that stuff out, you hit easy reset here, and all these different types will pop up. DFL, debt-free life, IBC, infinite banking concept, IUL, QFA. Maybe they have a lot of assets that you need to talk to a financial advisor about, annuity, etc. So select the right one. And then for all of our different agencies, we have a resetting pool. You guys can utilize any of the resetters that we have in our pool here. Nikki Russell's a great one, Fred Roethlisberger, Derek Fitzgerald. If you guys have other resetters that you want to add here, let me know. I'm happy to work with whoever you guys want to work with. And then you literally just go book them on their calendar. All right, so find a time with the client. Make sure it also fits your schedule because you're going to be on this call with them, okay? So here's where there's one really crucial component to booking this out, and that's going to be adding yourself. So you get the reminders and it actually goes to your calendar. Don't be like Trevor and forget that step. So add their information, client information, email. Make sure you add your own email here, right? So that way you get the notification. Fill out whatever the resetting Calendly booking requires you to book, and then schedule the event. That's it, guys. Pretty quick, right?
Yes, sir.
That's it. And
That's it.
then when the reset happens, um, when you get on the call, so each resetter, they usually has their own little system, but normally what happens is there's a preliminary phone call. It's like 15 minutes long where they talk to you with you and the client that you're wanting to reset and they talk about their goals and they really just want to see if they can actually even help them. And so just normally what I do is I'll introduce them and I'll just say, hey, Nikki, this is my cousin, or this is so and so. Their goal is to X, Y, and Z. And then Mr. and Mrs. Client, this is Nikki. She's an expert here in our company that handles, retirement and educating our clients on where they're at and where they want to go. And so she's going to be able to help you today, or however you guys want to introduce them. Brad, I'm sure you have your own little spiel that you do, but and then you just shut up. You mute yourself and you let them take over. And then they're going to figure everything out. And you get paid 40% just for sending them over there. So, and you get to learn advanced markets while you do it. So let's say Nikki met with my cousin so and so, and she decided she could help them. They're going to set another appointment over Zoom where she goes over her plan for them and how she's going to put them in a better position. And then I get to watch Nikki and how she talks to clients. I get to watch her posture. I get to watch how she runs through applications. I get to watch how she closes, right? And then pretty soon I'm going to know how to do it myself if I want to. And I'll be able to determine, oh man, I want to become an SME and all that good stuff. So I do not feel good if it sound like I smoke a pack of cigarettes a day. Does anybody have any questions? No
I have,
questions?
I
Yeah,
do.
let's go, Hannah.
Um, I wanted to clarify, I don't know if I heard this wrong. So with like debt-free life, so the overpayments they're making in order to have a debt-free life like policy, they wouldn't make any additional payments. They'd be using their overpayments to fund that policy.
Yeah,
Correct.
Okay.
that's why we say, how would you feel about becoming debt free in, 5 to 7, 7 to 10 years without making any additional payments and you
Okay, yeah,
paying
I
any
heard you
more
say
money than
that, and
you're
I
already
wanted to
paying?
make sure it was
Yep.
clicking right for me because that sounds like amazing. Like honestly, I'm like,
Yeah.
you can't tell me you don't know anybody that could use that seriously. So it's
Literally,
exciting.
Absolutely. Yeah,
literally.
I have a client right now who is paying like $400 extra a month on 2 credit cards. So she has like $800 of disposable cash. And what's happening is she's like 9 grand in debt right now because she'll use the credit cards to basically live off of, and then she'll overpay them to get them paid down, but then she'll use them again. And so she finds herself in this cycle, right, of never ending. I'm using the money to live, and then I'm paying and paying, I'm paying, and then I'm using the money to live. And so, what we're looking at is putting her into a policy where instead of paying that $800 additional on her credit card, we help her determine better lifestyle, better spending choices so that she can put herself in a better position by paying the minimum payments and taking that overfunded cash and putting it into a policy that's going to develop cash value way faster than her just paying off those cards herself. And so in, 5 to 6 years, she's going to be able to pay off that debt, and she's still going to be growing cash value. Or she can just continue to pay the minimum payments and let the cash value grow and grow and grow and use that money for down payment on a house if she wants to, or a car or whatever. So it's just such a beautiful, beautiful process. And that's only one product that's available to our clients.
If anyone remembers section 7702 in the tax code, this is how that is achieved, right? In the pre-licensing course, basically life insurance policies are non-taxed, right? And that's how you kind of create this this cash value accumulation where you can take tax-free withdrawals and utilize that to pay off your debts a little bit quicker while simultaneously growing and building wealth, right? Jacqueline or Jackie, sorry.
No, you're fine. So I have a question for you actually, Brett. You did a follow-up appointment on your appointment last night, where you guys are gonna possibly talk about that reset option. Are you gonna do that live by any chance? I'd like to hear it since we heard the appointment, just out of curiosity. I don't know if anybody else wanted to hear it.
My policy
I
review
do.
appointment? Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
I want to hear it.
Okay. Um, I can, I'm gonna drop my policy review appointment script in the chat if you guys want to steal it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's in the chat right now. Go ahead and save that file. But yeah, at the end of every appointment, whether it's a sale or not, hopefully it's a sale. But if you do uncover a need for a reset, you can still you can still set up a reset call, whether you make the sale or not, right? If you uncover, hey, client, John and Mary, yeah, I'm glad you said you just don't need this coverage. I agree, right? I think you do have enough assets that if something happened tomorrow, you'd be fine. You wouldn't be in jeopardy of losing the property here or losing the house, foreclosing on the house. However, let me ask you this. You do have $500,000 sitting in that old 401k. You haven't started drawing from it yet, and you're not contributing to it any longer. Has anybody talked to you about insuring that retirement account, or have you ever been educated on what that might look like? Most times people are going to say no. And then you can say something like, well, we do have this mortgage protection, I think isn't the right fit for you here. However, we do have a team of experts that's designed to help educate our clients on retirement solutions to make sure that they're maximizing those retirement accounts and they're never at risk of losing money in the market. Because the last thing we want to do is have 2008 happen all over again. And you guys are kind of in that red zone right now, age 65, 67, where if we did have a market crash, and you lost 50% of your wealth, how would that look for retirement here? Would that be a concern of yours? Okay, well, let's set up a 15-minute call with Nikki Russell. She'll see if you would even qualify for it. And if she thinks that she can add value, she'll let us know and we can kind of proceed from there. But she's really here to help our clients, educate them, and just kind of go over potential solutions on those problems there. Is that a conversation worth having? Boom, reset, put them on her calendar, go through the FIF there. You just got a reset call. You got an opportunity to make the client happy, fit a need that they might have, and make a great commission. I have a hard stop right now, guys. I am doing the meet and greet, so I have to go. But Sierra, do you want to hang out a little bit longer?
Yeah.
All right. See you
Becky,
guys.
you had
Have
a
a great
question?
day.
Thank you, Brett.
Sierra, are your office hours in this room?
No, it's in the live dial room, and then you go to the breakout rooms and click Cornerstone breakout room.
Okay, thank you.
So
Yeah.
Sierra, I was just going to say you can reset yourself. As
Yes.
as a retired teacher, I had 401k funds from different teaching times in my career, and I worked together with a subject matter expert and consolidated all that into one annuity, and I earned an extra 10% towards my personal annuity while earning also that commission. So don't forget
Yeah.
about yourself.
Yeah, you can reset yourself, make better money, put yourself in a better position, and then make commission off it. It's bonkers. That should be illegal, I feel. But it's not.